Hello to all my fellow Chelsea fans. I'm Peter Tweat. To my friends, I'm called Twittering Twatface. I don't know why, but I've got a Twitter account where I support Chelsea, and I've got an YouTube account which is an official Chelsea channel, and it's for all us Chelsea supporters. And I've supported Chelsea for the last 10 years, and I love Chelsea. There's nothing more I like than, well, I do like FIFA more than Chelsea. I play FIFA a lot. I don't go to work because I haven't got time. I spend too much time playing FIFA, and I've won everything on FIFA. I've won the European Cup and I've won the World Cup, and I know more about football than anyone. And if you ask me mum, she says he knows more about football than anyone. And so I thought, you know, I'll share my thoughts with you. And I'm disappointed, to be honest, with Frank Lampard. I did worry when he got appointed that he didn't have the experience, because we should have gone for Pochettino or Allegri or anyone else but Frank Lampard. We could have gone. Sam Allardyce was available at the time, and I couldn't see why we went for Frank Lampard. Yeah, he might be a Chelsea legend, but that was years ago. And I don't think legendary status can last more than a year. Do you? Get these old fogies who want to support the team, and when their team aren't playing well, they want to say good things and try and get them spurred on. And it just, life ain't like that, is it? They should play FIFA. They should play FIFA and know everything about football like me. So, what can I say? We were terrible against Arsenal. We were terrible against Aston Villa, even though we got a draw. We were terrible against West Ham when we won 3-0. And we've not played well. We've not played well since 2012. 2012, when we didn't play well that night when we beat Bayern Munich, but we won. But Roberto Di Matteo deserved the sack, because he wasn't one of the best managers in the world. No, he should have got the sack halfway up the steps. But I love Chelsea. And I don't like the badge though. I think the crest isn't that good. We could have one that looks like this. And I think we got the wrong manager. I've been saying it since the start of the season. And Mason Mount, I don't rate Mason Mount. I think Lampard thinks he's his son. I think he thinks he's his son. I watched the game and I don't see what Mason Mount brings. I don't see what he brings. I really don't. And, you know, all our team. Mendy, he's rubbish. Did you see the goal he gave away? The penalty he gave away against Everton. I was shouting at the screen. I was playing FIFA at the same time as watching the game, but I was shouting, "You're rubbish! You're rubbish, Mendy!" And afterwards, I was looking all over the internet to see if he had a website so I could go there and say, "You're rubbish, Mendy." He needs to know he's rubbish. Certainly no Peter Cech. I mean, Peter Cech made mistakes, but Peter Cech was better than Mendy. We should have Oblak. Oblak. I've got him in my FIFA side, and Oblak's brilliant. He saves everything. Chelsea wouldn't let a goal in with Oblak in and Rice in front of him. That Kepa. he was rubbish. He was rubbish. That Sarri had him playing well. That Sarri had him playing well. He had him saving shots and picking the ball up when he could. But that Sarri had him playing well. But he's been rubbish. I think it's Frank Lampard. Frank Lampard's the problem with Kepa. With Kepa, he was good. He was good under Sarri. Apart from when he let 6 in against City, he was rubbish. He was rubbish then. And he let 4 in against Bournemouth. He was rubbish then. It was that Sarri was rubbish. That Sarri was rubbish. He was better than Lampard. He was better than Lampard, but he was rubbish. He was really rubbish. And look at how that Chilwell. He's not that good. He's not that good. He wasn't that good at Leicester. He wasn't that good at Leicester. I said when we signed him, he's the worst fullback in. And now we had Dave, but he was too slow. Dave was too slow. Dave was running backwards. Can't have Dave in. No, he shouldn't be club captain either. No, can't have Dave in. And then that Reece James, he ain't that good. He ain't that good defensively, and he got sent off for England, so he's got poor discipline. I don't rate him. Thiago Silva, I think he's overrated, don't you? That Thiago Silva, remember that mistake against West Brom? Oh, he's overrated, and so's that Zuma. That Zuma's well overrated. He's given away a couple of goals. He's rubbish, absolutely rubbish. And midfield, Kante, oh, he's not the player he was, is he? He's not the player he was. He used to be brilliant. He used to be brilliant. I remember him having a brilliant game for Chelsea, and he was brilliant at Leicester. But as soon as he signed for us, he was rubbish. He was rubbish. He's nearly 30. He's nearly 30. What do they expect him to do? He should have a Zimmer frame and everything. He can't do it anymore. We need Declan Rice. We need Declan Rice. We need Declan Rice instead of Kante. That's what we need. That's what we need him now. We need Declan Rice. And yeah, we need Declan Rice. He could play the whole across all the midfield. They need one player. They just put 2 over there just to, because you have to play 11, don't you? You see, because I know everything about football. Because I play FIFA. My mum says I know everything about football. So Jorginho, oh, he is rubbish. He is, isn't he? He's absolutely rubbish. Good on the guitar, but rubbish footballer. Don't know. Well, it was good under Sarri though. It was good under Sarri. Sarri, he sorted him out. Sarri was rubbish, but he's not as rubbish as Frank Lampard. And that Sarri was better than Conte. Conte, he was rubbish, wasn't he? He was rubbish. I know he won the league, but we weren't. Didn't think we was convincing. I didn't think we was convincing. We should have won the league by 20 points. That Conte, he was rubbish, and now he's gone somewhere else, and they lost the Europa Cup. He's rubbish, that Conte. I said that when we signed him. I said he's rubbish, you know, and. Mourinho, he was shocking. He was shocking at Chelsea, wasn't he? I mean, I don't really remember the first time. Don't remember the first time he was there, but he looked pretty useless then. And I mean, look that season where we won the league. We conceded 15 goals. That Peter Cech, he was rubbish. Oh dear. And the support at the ground, it's rubbish, absolutely rubbish. Liverpool's a lot better, especially on a European night, and Manchester United is much better. We're rubbish. Our fans are rubbish, you know. And Werner, we just signed Werner. You know, he's rubbish. He's real rubbish. I've never seen stuff like. I go on Twitter and I say Werner. I actually go on his account and say you're rubbish. And Havertz, what a waste of £70 million. I hear all this rubbish. This rubbish that says he's got to get used to the country, and he's got to get used to he's got to get used to new food and new language and a new house and being away from home and a new league and a new style of football and all this rubbish. Do you know what? I get a player on FIFA and they just start playing great straight away. And I think for 70 million or 90 million or whatever he cost, he's rubbish. Just I'd give him away on a free transfer. I would. He's rubbish. Obviously I support him, but because he's a Chelsea player, but he's rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. That Tammy Abraham, he's rubbish. He missed a couple of penalties for Aston Villa, and even then I said he's rubbish. I'd play him instead of Giroud. I'd play him instead of Werner, because Werner's rubbish. But Tammy Abraham's rubbish too. Giroud, ain't he slow? Didn't score in the World Cup for France. He's rubbish. I'd play him instead of that rubbish Tammy Abraham. No, I wouldn't. I'd play that rubbish Tammy Abraham instead of Giroud. No, I wouldn't. I'd play that rubbish Giroud instead of Tammy Abraham because he's rubbish. Callum Hudson-Odoi, he's not come along, has he? He's not come along. I wouldn't have him in my FIFA side. And during the pandemic, he's having sex with women when he shouldn't be having sex with women. And I'd drop him. I'd sell him. I'd have sold him to Bayern Munich for 30 million. 30 million. I'd have snapped their hand off because he's rubbish. And you get these people, they say you shouldn't abuse your own players online. Well, of course you should. Of course you should. They should know how bad they've been. They get paid hundreds of thousands of pounds a week, and I get paid nothing for playing FIFA. And they deserve to know how bad they've been and how rubbish they are, and they deserve to feel like bad human beings and have their relationships break down and want to move from the club. That's what they should do, and that's down to people like me to make sure they know they're playing badly, because Frank Lampard won't, because he's rubbish. And that Pulisic, he's always injured. That Pulisic, so he's rubbish, absolutely rubbish. I don't like that Pulisic at all. I can't see why they play that Pulisic. He's rubbish. Kovacic, no wonder Real Madrid didn't want him. He's rubbish. Oh dear, he's shocking. He really is. No wonder he's, but mind you, he should be played. Because that Frank Lampard, he's just, he don't know how to pick the team. He's just rubbish. Marco Alonso, he's going, isn't he? Good, because he's rubbish. I can't see what they see in him. Even when he played with Conte that year, all that running up and down the wing when you can go direct, like on FIFA. On FIFA, I've got players that just go direct. Why can't Marcos Alonso do that? He should play FIFA. He might know a bit more about football then. He's rubbish. And so's that Emerson. That Emerson is rubbish. He'll never play for Brazil because he's rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. Christensen. Oh, did you see him? Did you see Christensen against Villa? Oh, he was just a coward. He just laid there. JT would have got up. John Terry would have got up. John Terry is a legend that lasts a long while unless he manages Chelsea, because I think he wouldn't have the experience. He'd be rubbish. But John Terry, he's a legend. He's leader, captain, leader, legend. John Terry, not manager though. I wouldn't have him as manager. No, I wouldn't have him as manager. Oh no, we've had some shocking managers. That Carlo Ancelotti. Oh God, he was the sort of one of my first, and he was rubbish. He just won the double. Didn't win the European Cup. And the League Cup too in the same season. That would have been a good season. But that Ancelotti, he was rubbish. So anyway, I hope you watch my YouTube channel. It's Pete the Twat Face, Chelsea supporter, and I hope that this team, that Frank if he don't get the sack, I hope he does better than he's been doing, because so far he's been rubbish. So if you don't forget to follow me, click the subscribe button and the notification button, and you can hear my thoughts on the next game too. Okay, all you fellow Chelsea supporters, see you on Twitter. And if you don't come on there, you're rubbish.